In today's video, I'm going to show you how I took a charger plate, a wooden sign from Dollar Tree, and some paint, and I made it into a beautiful piece of artwork that you can admire in your home. So let's see how I did it.
Do you want to get rocked? The first thing I did was I went to Dollar Tree and I got some of these charger plates. You can find them in the kitchen section and they're just at the bottom where the placemats are. I needed a round base because I'm going to be trying to replicate the album art from the cover of the Def Leppard Adrenalize album. And I'm participating in the Makers Rock collaboration. So after painting the whole charger plate with black paint, I took some blue paint and I made a circle on the inside of the rim of the charger. I was just trying to eyeball it from the picture that I was looking at. And there was different shades of blue on the inside of the picture. So I was just using different shades to try and mimic this color. So I had a few different ideas that I tried out. The first one was just taking the paint and swirling it around, which was working really good, but after it dried, I didn't like it. I thought it had run down the sides and I just didn't like it. So I got rid of that. I covered it all over. And then I went on the web and I got a picture of the pattern on the inside so I could follow it with my paint and it would be more accurate, because the other one did look really good, I thought, but it wasn't quite the pattern on the inside. So I added some Elmer's glue and I put down the picture. I made sure that the picture was in the right place and stuck down properly. And then I tried to blend it into the painting so it looked like it was all one piece. I didn't want you to be able to see the line between the picture and the charger, so I had to blend that in really well. Here's how it looks so far. Then I took a lighter shade of blue and I went around the inside. And this took a long time to do because I had to make sure that I had the right colors and I was painting in the right spot. So I was looking at the picture the whole time and painting. I chose this album cover because I really like Def Leppard. They're one of my favorite bands. And they have so many good songs. I saw them in concert once. And it was a really, really good show. They're from the UK, which includes England. And they've been around for quite a long time. Adrenalize is their 5th studio album. And it's also historic because their drummer lost his arm in a car accident, and so this was the first album that they did with him only having one arm. One of the other members of the band also had passed away. So there was only 4 people in the band for this album. I'm participating in the Makers Rock collaboration hosted by Matt Haas over at Awesome Wood Things. This collaboration happens every year, so if you want to be involved, make sure to check out makersrock.com. There's so many cool people in the collaboration this year. And here are all the album covers they will be doing or making over in their own way. It's your interpretation of how you think that the album cover should look like. Last year, I participated as well, and I made Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown. Next, I'm taking the blue paint, and I'm taking this chippy brush, and I'm going all around the outside of the circle with it. And I'm just dabbing into the paint and then swishing it all around the outside. If you like Def Leppard, you should check out this album, Adrenalize. Some of the songs on the album are Let's Get Rocked, Make Love Like a Man, Have You Ever Needed Someone So Bad? And two of the ones that I really like are Tonight and Heaven Is. So now I took that same chippy brush and I took some white paint and I added some water and a little bit of glue. I mixed them all up together in that cup. And then I spread out the mixture onto my charger plate all around the outside. I really needed a flash look like, almost like a splatter, like the paint had landed and splattered off to the sides, because it's supposed to look like lightning on the inside and light flashes going from the inside out. So that's what I was trying to achieve with this chippy brush. And it was really, really watered down because I had used a lot of water. And I wanted to make it look like a flash. Once that was done, I cleaned out my cup and I added some blue paint and I added water with that. And then I went around the inside of the album cover. The album is called Adrenalize, which makes you think of adrenaline. But when I looked it up, the album art, it said Adrenal Eyes, as in eyes, and the front album cover is supposed to be an eye. And the hits on the album are electrically charged, so that's why it looks like there's electricity. I really think this album cover is unique. I used a hairdryer to dry the inside of the eye because I was going to be adding some more paint on top, and sometimes I do let paint dry, which is not usual or typical for me, but I wanted to put in some darker shades of blue on the inside of this light blue paint that I had put on, so I needed to dry or semi-dry the paint to do that. So I'm just using that same chippy brush again, and I'm dabbing in some darker blue. And then I took a larger brush and some black paint, and I went around the whole outer part of the circle, but not in a straight motion. I wanted a slightly jagged edge all around the outside, because the album cover outer rim of the eye still has the flashes of the electrical energy coming out of the eye straight across to the other side where the white rim is, and you want to have some white and blue coming out of the end like that. So that's why I didn't just do a straight line with this brush. I dabbed on the black paint, and then I slowly pulled it out so that it would give an effect to make it look like that the electricity was coming out of the eye and not just stopping. Once that was done, I took some more white paint and I added a few more of the wispy lines to go around the outer rim of the eye, just to make it look like it was shooting out more light. And after I did that, I had to make the lightning flashes on the inside look like they were coming out all the way to the outer rim, so I added paint in those sections as well. The whole time looking at the original artwork to make sure I was trying to do it most accurately as possible. And I was really liking how it was turning out. Once that was done, I took my wood sign from Dollar Tree, and I had made a pattern off of some drawings on the web that were the name of the band, Def Leppard, and also the album cover title, Adrenalize. And using carbon paper and a stylus, I traced all of the letters onto the wood that I got from Dollar Tree. And you can find this in they have two sections. One's a wood section. Sometimes they have it there. Or you can go to the seasonal section, and usually they have some hanging there as well. And I like cutting on the wood from Dollar Tree because it's only $1.50. And I don't feel like I'm, wasting Baltic birch or something like that when I can just use this wood for a simple project. Some of the words had holes in the middle that needed to be cut out, so I used my scroller drill to drill some holes so I could thread my blade through on my scroll saw and cut out the middle. And then I cut out all of the letters. And I even made a little backer for the word Adrenalize. So I'm just using my scroll saw here, and I actually forgot one of the letters when I was using the carbon paper, so I had to go back and put the letter in. Now I did leave all of the letters in the wood as I was cutting them out, because I didn't want to lose any. And you know what? I actually lost one of the R's in the word Adrenalize. It went flying, and I looked for it. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to make another one. But that's what's nice about this wood, because it's fairly decent wood. It is thin, but there's a long line of it, so you do have a lot to work with. Once my letters were completed, I did sand them as well as sanded the backer. And here's how they look so far. Now I need to paint them, and I decided to go with this Tuscan red color that I thought was really bright and vibrant. So I painted all of the letters in Adrenalize, and I also painted the backer black. I tried to blow dry these as well dry, but what happened was when I did that, they flew all over the place, all over the table. And so I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even find one of the letters, which was really bad. But I ended up finding them all, and then I just used hot glue to glue them all to the little backer. And I checked beforehand. I put all the letters down first just to make sure that they would all fit. And then I proceeded to glue everything onto the backer. Once that was completed, I added the sign to the bottom of the album cover, and I just made sure that it was straight and added hot glue to 2 spots, the beginning and also the end. And here's how it looks so far. I'm really loving it. Next, I had to paint the words Def Leppard. And I found this bright yellow paint. And I just painted all of the letters. Here I'm just checking to see how it's going to look. Because the Def is a little bit lower than the Leopard part. So I just wanted to make sure that all of the letters would fit at the top and how they would look. Because originally I was thinking about doing a backer for that as well, but I thought it would stick out, so I didn't want to do that. I decided that I would use hot glue and put the letters on just like that. And then I took more of the red paint, and using the end of the brush, I tried drawing the outer line of the paint onto the letters, but this wasn't working too well. So instead, I just flipped it over and used the actual brush. Because on the album cover, the words Def Leppard are in yellow, but there is a red outline. I had a lot of fun participating in this year's version of the Makers Rock collaboration, and I really had a great time participating last year with my Green Day 21st Century breakdown. If you want to see the live streams that I did last year while I made this project, I'll link them in the description box below. And I'll also link all of the people that are participating in this year's collaboration down there as well. So make sure to check them out because they have some really cool artwork, and there's also a playlist link. So that's how I made this beautiful artwork using a charger plate, a wood sign, and some paint from Dollar Tree. I created something that I enjoy looking at, and it reflects my personality and adds a personal touch to my home decor. For more Makers Rock inspiration, click on the next video.